many parents and grandparents, me included, will be familiar, I could say all too familiar, with the wildly popular children's cartoon character Peppa Pig. Even former Prime Minister Boris Johnson is a fan.
Yesterday I went, as we all must, to Peppa Pig World. I don't know if you've been to Peppa Pig World. Hands up anyone who's been to Peppa Pig World? Not enough. I was a bit hazy what I would find at Peppa Pig World, but I loved it. And Peppa Pig World is very much my kind of place.
But it's not for everyone, apparently. American parents have been complaining that the porcine heroine has been making their children behave badly. It'd be very rude indeed. One parent commented on a review of Peppa Pig that their daughter had begun to lash out since watching the show and added that Peppa is rude, bossy, a liar, tattletale and even more. Say it's not so. Joining us live from LA in the United States is Showbiz Correspondent Caroline Feraday and mother and parenting influencer Kayla Tychen. Thank you both very much indeed. We might start with Kayla on this one. Kayla, are your children Peppa Pig fans? Are you letting them enjoy the antics of Peppa Pig? We know she loves jumping in muddy puddles. Is this a bad thing? Have you felt that you needed to protect them from her influence?
So my children have never watched Peppa Pig. Actually, they have seen her character, but they've never actually watched the show.
Why not?
Well, we are very selective about the kind of screen time that we offer, and we make sure that the characters that are portrayed in the shows that they watch we make sure they're kind and respectful. That they're compassionate and empathetic. We know that children are absorbing the world around them, and they are absorbing the attitudes and behaviors from shows like Peppa Pig and others, where the characters are rude and disrespectful and make fun of people. So that's not something that we've watched in our home.
So am I taking this that you have carefully watched Peppa Pig yourself and decided that she's a bad influence and you didn't want to subject your children to it? You checked it first and you have vetoed it. Is that right?
That is right. Yes, I have seen it, and it was an easy pass for us.
And why did you deem Peppa Pig an unsuitable influencer for your children? What's wrong with her behavior, would you say?
I know, lots of people think she's cute and she's, the typical 4-year-old. And I think she is probably just that, right? The typical 4-year-olds are, little toddlers and preschoolers are often demanding and blunt, and the world revolves around them. They can say very rude things. And so my issue isn't with the developmentally appropriate behavior of 4-year-olds. My children do those kinds of things as well. The issue is that with these shows, we're putting a model in front of our children for how to act and behave. And so we've chosen not to put models that are unkind.
All right, let's bring Caroline Feraday into all of this. I mean, are you able to continue, although you live over there across the pond, Caroline, to see this with British eyes? Or do you now take on an American stance and you're looking at Peppa Pig and you're horrified at her lack of politesse? What's going on with you and Peppa Pig?
Well, I'm a mum before I'm anything else, Vanessa. My daughter's 6 now, and nothing disappoints me more than the fact she is no longer interested in Peppa Pig. We've been to Peppa Pig World twice. I think Peppa Pig is absolutely hilarious, not least that there is so much in Peppa Pig, not only for the kids and developing their senses of humour and their idea that kind of families are messy and tricky and everything isn't all saccharine sweet and heavily kind of curated towards niceness all the time. Families are tricky, and we have to give our kids some of the tools to deal with that and to deal with life, and one of those tools is humor. And listen, Vanessa, there's so many funny things in Peppa Pig. One which particularly springs to mind, there was an episode where all of the characters in Peppa Pig were being countries in the world. That was their play activity. One was France, one was Spain, and they go outside to the playground, and the wry voiceover says, "The United Kingdom is on the slide." I mean, there's so many jokes in it that are for the parents watching, and just these funny little moments. There's another one where they talk about Father's Day, and Peppa says, "Hey, is Father's Day like Mother's Day?" "Yes, Peppa, except Mother's Day is a real holiday."
Oh, thank you both very much indeed.
I mean, it's
I'm
funny.
joined by a battalion of Peppa Pig fans here. Thank you so much,
Yes.
my lovely colleagues, JJ Anasiobi, Daisy McAndrew, and Ian Collins, who's always jumping in muddy puddles. I'm seeing him doing it regularly.
I'm plagued by Peppa Pig. Having two young kids, I mean, certainly the younger one. The best ones to watch are the ones that have been sort of illegally edited to become sort of horror shows.